episodes dropping right on time. One hot angel and one cool devil, bringing podcasts to a whole new level. They stop and stare as we display our greatness. All our enemies and foes, they'll be sure to hate this. When they ask who's the big wolf, you know who's the baddest. Put your hands up, come on, feel the madness. Feel the madness. Feel the madness. Everybody lose control. Feel the madness. Feel the madness. Come along and let's explode. Feel the madness. Come along, come along. Feel the madness. It's crazy in the panel room and it's getting heated. The crowd goes wild, not a soul is seated. You didn't come to have fun, you need to beat it. What Lewis brings to the stage can't be repeated. He brings style that's revolutionary. Sophia in the front doing the dingleberry. Others are playing and get no laughs. Dude, it's kinda scary. Critics and haters, y'all are so pathetic. We'll upstage you and be unapologetic. But back to the subject at hand, keep moving. People love the angry geeks, it's been proven. Appreciate all of the fans of Lewis and Sophia. So let us see your hands, come on, feel the madness. Feel the madness. Feel the madness.
Welcome to the shop that you've been dreaming of. Present View Comics, it fits like a glove. Over 250,000 tales waiting to be told. Find some magic, come and grab some gold. Flip through the pages, let your passion ignite. Every issue you find is a new delight. Present View, let the heroes rise. In every frame, a new surprise. Come and explore the worlds we've got. 5-star wishes in every spot. From classics to treasures, we've got.
Hickory dickory dock at 7 o'clock and it's time to rock. I am Louis Perry, and with me as always, right beside me is the one, the only, the stream queen of New England. 18 hours. 18 hours last week. I was like, what the heck? Well, you need to go to sleep. My voice is back and I'm ready. And I am jacked and she's stacked, the one, the only leader of the wolf pack.
Sophia Cormier.
What's going on, little sister? How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I got prizes. I got you a prize. I got you a prize. I'm gonna show everybody the prize right here. I'm gonna show everybody. You want to put me up on a big screen? All right.
We got comments coming in.
Oh, okay. Well, comments can wait because this is important. It's a prize.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's a kitty.
Yeah, but look, ready? Get ready for the soundboard.
Oh, the soundboard. Butthole. I mean, cat butt. Where's
Look
the cat
at
butt?
so yes. So what you do
Cat
now?
butt.
when we go to the cons, right? When we go on our trips this summer,
Yeah.
and even when you come here to stay at the Geek Lair, and when we have to go on a trip, you're gonna put the toothpaste here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes out his mouth.
It's a cat puking toothpaste.
Yes, and I bought that for you because
Thank you.
you're welcome. Because I love
I
you, and
appreciate
you're
that.
my kid sister.
That's amazing.
And I know it's amazing, and I think that's because it's a cat foot.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Look at our guests backstage are laughing because I can't believe
They're
it's been 2 years.
confused.
It's been 2 years since they've been on almost. I can't
Oh.
believe that. And then I got myself something because
Oh, we're going full screen again. Okay.
because I showed you my shoes yesterday, but these are from my boots. Every cowboy is supposed to have like spurs,
Yeah.
but I got chains that go on my boots.
Oh my.
Well, I got the other stuff to go on it, but yeah, I got. So you're all gonna hear. Not only are you gonna see me on stage, but you're gonna hear me on stage as well.
We already hear you a mile away anyway.
What do you mean? Because I project my voice. Love me tender. Can I show my shoes?
Yes, quickly, because the guests are waiting, and we have the chat.
Look
Is
at
wow.
these.
No
are
one's gonna
awesome.
hit you walking in those in a car. You're gonna
Look at-
reflect. Beautiful.
Now these are bling, man. I'm the king of bling. You know
You
what I'm
are.
saying? Yeah. Let's dig it.
Beautiful.
I know.
I know.
All right, get to the comments because we got to bring in our guests. Come on. They waited 2 years to come back.
Guy says hello, Sophia and Lewis. Hello, Guy. We got
What's up, Guy? How you doing,
Sillyville,
brother? Yeah.
Sillyville the movie. Hello, howdy. How's
Howdy,
it
hey,
going?
you silly movie. We got to get them back on. Okay.
Sakaro. Hello, Sophia and Lewis. Hello,
hey,
Sakaro.
Sakaro's Angry Geeks approved on Twitch.
Let's go. We
Yeah.
got Kahu from New Zealand. Hi, Kahu.
Oh, hello. I can't say
How's
that
it
bad word, but
going?
yes, thank you.
OMG, this intro is so lit.
Oh,
Thank
oh,
you. I
thank you.
appreciate it. I
Thank you.
hope
We
you're doing
appreciate
well. We got Captain Dope, who is from India, Mumbai.
Oh,
Hi, Captain.
thank you.
Let's go.
Thank
We got
you.
80K in the house. Hello, 80K.
80K,
How's your
what's
day
going on? How are you?
Wow,
I
there's
did
a lot
suck.
of comments.
I know.
Robert says, please do a shout out to our
yes. Shout out for Awesome Geek Headquarters, one of our affiliates where we show our podcast every week. Thank you, Robert.
Let's go. Guy
Awesome
says,
Geek
Sophia
Headquarters.
streamed 59 hours in the last 7 days. Amazing. Thank you.
I know.
That's
I
a
know.
lot.
That's why she's the stream
I
queen.
streamed my booty off.
No, your booty's still there. Come
It
on,
is.
let's go. We got
Last
guests.
time
Come
I-
on.
Okay,
Alan's
okay.
getting mad, but
Okay.
Ben is laughing. Okay.
They didn't know the lure we built.
Oh, I know. I know they
there
do.
was a lot.
No, they do.
Anyone
Our
else
guests
tonight?
do.
80K. I think she's on next week. She's still in Hawaii. Chris Mack in the house. We're
Chris
trying to sound.
Mack is in the chat.
that on
I'm
the
still
show.
waiting for an email back from him trying to help.
He's been.
Chris Mack has entered the chat. Dig it? Oh, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, no. Okay, so or put the toothpaste tube in the mouth and it poops out. Oh,
Yes.
I like that.
Whoa, that's a good idea too. Yes. Okay.
Thank you, Chris. 80K. Okay, she comes back on the second. Thank you,
Okay.
Sakaro. Okay, all right. Hello, Chris Mack. Okay. Well, how
Alan's like, what the hell's going on? And Ben is
a
laughing. Okay,
lot.
come on.
It's so bright. I'm trying to go as fast as I
It's so
can.
bright. I try.
Hello,
I know.
Creep. How's it going?
Okay.
All right, and last
Hopefully-
comments.
Oh,
Hashtag Awesome Geeks headquarters, and we're
There
caught
you
up.
go.
Let's
All right.
go.
So we had these cats on. I can't believe it. Alan told me it was two years ago, year and a half ago.
Wow.
Chris Mack, you're gonna love these two cats because they bring characters
Oh,
from
snap.
our era. Okay.
Hi, Joe.
Oh, Joe! Joe St. Pierre. Joe, maybe we
What's
gotta
good
hook
seeing
you
you.
up a Green Archer. Why don't you hang out and watch these? Because Joe,
Hi,
you're
Joe.
like
Other
so
Joe. We got
many-
two Joes.
Hey, Joe McDonald. Can I introduce our guest?
Yes,
a
I'm
little
sorry.
bit?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Anyway, they are two of the finest individuals from Green Archer Comics. The last time they were on, they sent me this awesome gift pack that's right here in the Geek Lair.
Ooh.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, comes with an action figure that is still sealed. Okay? Nice card. The book itself, everything is in here. And now they're bringing some other characters bad public domain. We're going to get to that in a minute. But tonight, we're going to be talking about the Conjure-Man.
Hello,
We're
Chaotic.
going to bring in, first we're going to bring in Allan, because Allan was here first. And then we're going to bring in Ben. What's going on, guys?
Hello.
Welcome back.
It is
Yours
so
truly,
good to
John
be
Dollar.
here with you all again.
So happy to have you.
Yeah, so happy to have you back, man. What took so long? I mean, did like Melissa say you're not going back on there, or did...
No, I think,
Welcome.
we get just so deep into the writing part that sometimes we forget that we actually have to promote too. And that's a problem, but fortunately people still like us enough. So before we start into the promo, Sophia, can I tell you that I was in Riga, which is the capital city of Latvia, and I was thinking about you because it's a whole city dedicated to this one guy who showed cats' butts to people.
Really? I need to go there. Where is this place? I need to go.
So this happened back in the 1600s. This dude wanted to join the architecture guild, and they wouldn't let him in. Like, he built a ton of houses, but he wasn't from old money, so he couldn't get into the guild. But he had made so much money building houses that he bought the property across the street from the architecture guild, built a big ass house, and he put 2 black cats on top of his house with their butts facing toward the architecture guild, and now the whole city has kind of adopted that, and so every gift shop you go into, they got black cats showing off their butts.
I love that so much.
And I love that level of just snarkiness is what I live for.
That is amazing. I need to look this up. We got Joe saying cat OF. Oh, no, that's amazing. Thank you for letting me know this. That is so cool.
All right, well, Allan, do they have Comic Cons there that we could get ourselves booked at? Because
Yes, so I wasn't there for that, but there's 10 comic shops in the city of Riga. So I went and visited a couple of them while I was there and picked up some things.
Okay.
But they do have, because it is the biggest city in Latvia, which, I mean, it's like saying you're the biggest city in Delaware. No offense to Latvia, it's a lovely country. But yes, the Latvian Comic Con is hosted in Riga. It's the Riga Comic Con, I think.
No offense to Latvia, but all the offense to Delaware.
Yeah.
Please,
Oh, yeah.
like, all of the offense, Delaware.
Delaware costs $20 to drive through, and it's totally worth it because it's better than stopping in Delaware.
oh my God. Okay, well, Sophia, I guess we're gonna have to put out our media packets to Latvia just so we can go there and you can see all the cat butts. How about
Yes, let's go.
that? No flyers out there just so we can go out there. The cat butt lady will be out there and
Cat butt.
I have 3 of them, so I also see a lot of cat butt. So
It's like they present it to you as though you want to see it. Cat
yeah.
butt.
So we have this one little we have this black cat we rescued, and he loves to touch things with his butt. Like, he'll just go and stop and just bonk right down on you, just butt first. So
It's a stamp of approval.
yeah.
guys, this is lucky number 13 for you. This is your 13th Kickstarter. The Conjure-Man Dies. This is let's talk about the Conjure-Man for people that don't know who the character is. What made you decide to resurrect this character? What made you decide to bring this character back to life? And why choose this for lucky number 13?
Right.
Ah.
So it's funny. When we started the company, we kind of had, we always had this sort of reviving legends thing. And then we had this cybersecurity focus, but then we also started doing some of these other comics that were not necessarily cybersecurity focused, but it was like Nazi punching. So, it was half cybersecurity, half Nazi punching. And now we're really branching out into just old stuff that Ben and Allan like. But I don't think that's a great tagline for a company. But, I read this story And then I read about the story. So The Conjure-Man Dies is the first African American detective story written by an African American. So it was written in 1932, and it was written at the sort of the height of the Harlem Renaissance. And it was one of these books that became world renowned for being just, intimately tied to the Harlem Renaissance. And then over the years, it's just kind of forgotten, along with the author Rudolph Fisher. And so I'm like, this is such a cool murder mystery, and we love detective noir, so it fits in our wheelhouse as far as that goes. We're like, we think we can make this into a viable comic. Now, we also wanted to be kind of like when we did The Clock. Our Clock superhero is Native American, so we reached out to a Native American writer to write it and a Native American artist to do the art. Same thing here. It's not that we can't do it. We just felt it was better if the story was in somebody else's hands. And so, so we have African American artists and cover artists and colorists and so on working on the story. But it's a really cool detective story in and of itself. But also, I love the Harlem Renaissance art. I love that feel. And so getting to recreate some of that to tell this story was really important to us.
That's why I chose this cover for our thumbnail. Let's bring that back up, because that says the time period right there.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh my God! I mean, I love that so much. Ben, I'm sorry I didn't have you on there. I thought we were gonna.
That's okay.
I think we did that last time too.
I'm just his emotional support editor. Like, I just kind of like roll up. Like, we were like, okay, who's going to be the mean one today? Who's going to be the nice one today on the podcast? So we just got each other's back. So he's the big cheese, the head honcho. So
I think I did that to you last year too.
It's okay, man. It's like
throwing yourself under the bus.
Let's go over the covers here. Now that's the only cover that I scoped. I scoop was that one because it just talked to me about the character. It talked to me about the time period. How did you go about choosing who was going to work on the book? How did you go about choosing what artist was? And then I also want to talk about the Kickstarter itself, which you can find a link to it in the description of this episode. Whether you're watching it now, watching it later, or listening to it wherever you find your podcast, that description is right there. The link to the Kickstarter is there. It's already funded, dude. Right?
Yeah, I mean, we've been very lucky in that we've never had a Kickstarter not fund, and I was worried about Kickstarter number 13, but within 12 hours we were funded. So
Wow.
Lucky number I know, and then lucky number 13. You guys pull it off in 12 hours. The support of your fans is like so cool. But how did you guys go about? I think this is a question for Ben. How did you pull your team together for these books? I know you went to African American artists and writers, but how did you actually seek them out and say, okay, we want this one, we want this one, we want this one? That style is going to be, because I saw pages from the book from the Kickstarter.
This is actually an Allan question.
It is an Allan question.
I am an editor. I do editing, so like Allan does all of the project management. When I say he's the head honcho, I am not messing around. He is personally involved in everything.
When we talk about the other thing, Ben can talk more about that.
Okay, good. Okay.
Ben,
All right.
Ben has been much more intimately involved, whether he wants to be or not. So the first two were easy. Keith Williams, who we've worked with before, in fact, he did the cover of that Johnny Dollar book. Mm-hmm. Keith Williams, huge fan. I've been a fan of him for decades now. And he's worked with us on so many things. So that was easy. Sean Martinborough, who does Red Hood and has done a few others. He's local to us in the DC area, so we've worked with him before. Then that was easy. And then I love Georges Genti, who did the cover that you're featuring here. He's done some really cool stuff, I think, with Daredevil and with a few others. And so, he was another one to reach out to. And then Afua Richardson's not somebody that we worked with before, but she came in highly recommended. And I loved her work in Temporal, which is a Mad Cave series that's been out for a while. And so I was like, yes, absolutely. And in fact, the colorist for this book is DJ Chavez, who also did the coloring work for Temporal. So I was like, okay, great. And then the main artist, Darren Soto, is actually we've worked with Brian Tillman, who's a professor of comics at a local college, and he had recommended Darren to us as somebody if we were looking for an artist, and we didn't really have a project at the time. And when this came up, I went to Darren and I'm like, hey man, you ready to take on the whole comic book? And he said yes. And then it turns out that it's not quite as easy when it's somebody else's work, but then that's fine. Like, it's been great working with him, and as he kind of builds this out and is done. I mean, his art has been absolutely fantastic, but I think he overestimated how quickly he could get the stuff done compared to like when you're doing your own versus when you have to go through an editorial process. And then for writing, David Marriott, who's worked with Boom and who's worked with Boom and Dark Horse and a few others. We wanted to work with him because we really wanted, since this was kind of a new crew for us, we wanted a writer who had that kind of not just writing experience, but also directing experience, if you will. So that's kind of how we pulled the team together.
Nice. I mean, because that one cover, the cover that we featured, it reminded me of Harlem Nights, the Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy film, and I was like, all right, that's the thumbnail. That's what I have to use for these guys.
It's such an incredible cover. It's funny because you think Harlem Nights. I'm a little bit older than you, so I thought Cotton Club, but but basically same thing. Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, it is wow. So with the character itself, what was the final nail to bring? Only I say that only because of the title.
Yeah,
that was like, all right, we are definitely going to bring this on, and we are going to throw this out there, and we're going to see what sticks, how it goes. You came up with the guts of the story. Cat butt. You came up with the guts of the story. You gave it over to the writer. When you finally got to read the story, how did it make you feel?
So, I will tell you that the main character's name in here, in the original story, which is one of the hooks for me, is John Archer. And I'm like, okay, that is, okay, that we got to do that. But it's in a weird way, it's an early prototype of buddy cop movies because John Archer is brought in as sort of the scientific expert, but Perry Dart is the detective that works for the that works for the New York City Police, and they kind of have to work together, but they have very different views of things, and so I always like a good buddy cop story. And and that is what attracted to me. And it's fun to do a true murder mystery. We haven't really done one of those, which is why I've been really careful with showcasing the art, because there are twists and turns in here, and I've got to make sure I don't give away anything in any of the twists and turns. In fact, like I did an update today, and I made sure I removed the dialogue from the update so that you can see how cool the art is without understanding kind of what's happening. So I want to preserve the joy of the mystery. And actually, I'm really proud of all of our backers because from a bulk bookstore, we ordered we ordered 50 copies of the actual book to go with the comic, and we put that together as a bundle. We sold through all of those in the first day. So people not only want to read our comic interpretation, they do want to read the original book, or at least they want to have it on their bookshelf or on their TBR pile. TBR pile.
That is incredible. All right, so Kickstarter's funded, but this. We talked about this the last time you guys were on. Let's talk about those tiers. Let's talk about the rewards. Let's talk about all that. What did you guys have to offer this time around for the guys that aren't running over to the Kickstarter right now? Because I'm not telling them not to go. Go! Just donate. Still donate, man. Just put some more money into that kitty because you want to get that book. Get the book. Don't wait for it. Just go. Add some because there's still stuff to get. What do they have to offer? What do you guys have to offer this time around?
So it's funny. One of the things, because Darren works Darren works on paper, like he's old school. Even though he's, and I know he'd hate me calling this, but compared to how old I am, he's a kid. So for somebody that young, he works on paper. So I asked him, I'm like, hey, can we have 5 of your, 5 of the 32 original art pieces? Those were gone in the first 5 minutes. Like that was the thing that people nabbed first. And I was like, damn it, I should have asked for 10, but I wanted to respect his ability to sell and make money from those later. So I appreciated him giving those up. You showcased how amazing all the different covers are. So whether you are a fan of Sean Martinborough or Georges Genti or Phil Richardson, there's some really cool and amazing covers there. And then there's a chance to get all of our other comics and so on. But we've actually gone through a lot of the really cool high end tiers. But also, if you just are interested in the story, our digital backing starts at $5. Like $5, you get a digital copy, and delivers that in a PDF that you can read anywhere, anytime. I mean, you can even print it out and make your own comic book if you really want to.
There you go, man. Go, it's on the ball. Look at that. Our mods, our moderators are just awesome. Look at that right there. There's your link. Okay. Now, once again, if you're listening to this, okay, if you're listening to this, not now, but in the future, if you're listening to this, the link to this is in the description of the episode. Click that link. Go to the Kickstarter. When does the Kickstarter end, boys?
I think 12 days from now, maybe 13 days from now. We always do 21 days for our Kickstarters because blackjack. Honestly, we do it because I'm a coward, and you get that middle part of your Kickstarter where nobody backs for a couple days, and you start panicking. And so if you make it 21 instead of 30, that middle part where that plateau is 13 days.
I was just looking it up. Lucky 13.
Yeah.
Well, this is Lucky 13. I mean, God, you did it in 12 hours, and it's the 13th Kickstarter. This is just, it's insane.
Now I wish we had done it in 13 hours instead of 12. We could have just had that.
That's funny.
Hey, it's 1:30. We got to take our first break for our first partner. And Sophia, do you want to tell everyone what our first partner is all about?
Yes, the Erica Legacy Foundation is a foundation where they help people that are mentally or emotionally distressed. So if you or anyone that you know is going through a hard time, please reach out to the Erica Legacy Foundation. They are an amazing foundation that helps hundreds of people in need.
All right. Hey.
It's now time for Quiz with Quimsel.
And Sophia on the beat, we turning heads, bringing heat to the street. Get ready now, it's our time to shine. Feel the rhythm, every move is divine. Feel the madness, it's a party in your soul. Feel the madness, let the good times roll. Feel the madness, come and join the ride.
All right, guys. The question of today is, who was the first person to win Survivor?
The first person to win Survivor. Boys, you go first. Allan is starstruck.
I'm afraid I don't watch Survivor. I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That's okay, because
No, not a Survivor person.
Okay.
Isn't there a guy named Richard?
That's what I think, but I'm not sure. I think it is the Richard guy, but I'm not sure. I think it's a girl. But a cowboy that was on TV. And I'm not just saying that because I wear cowboy hats. I think no. God.
No.
The girl that was in the movie with Rob Schneider, The Animal. It was one of them three that won. What does chat say?
Chat says Hatch. Last name Hatch.
That was Richard. That was the Richard guy.
Wait,
Silly
didn't
movie.
Richard Hatch win the
Richard
Apollo
Hatch.
on the original Battlestar
Yeah,
Galactica?
yeah.
Yes.
So what?
Oh my God, Alan, you
Is
won.
Richard
You said
Hatch?
Richard.
Yeah.
Richard. Oh
Yeah.
my God, Alan
Richard
comes
Hatch.
in. Wow, Alan comes in with the.
I don't watch the show.
Man, Alan comes in with like what the blackjack. Look at that, you won. Wow. All right, Alan gets 5 points for tonight. On the
GGs.
first thing. Yes. This week, any more comments? Or everybody else is like,
Nope.
Really? Holy moly! Alan just pulled that out of his cat butt.
Yes.
I feel like for whatever our next Kickstarter is, we're going to have a special cat butt reward just for people who watch this show.
Yes.
I don't know whether
Exclusive.
it'll be yet, but we'll figure something out.
All right.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about the next Kickstarter? Hey,
Espinator.
do you want to talk about the next one? The next one is coming out. It's one of my favorite characters. Besides the last time they tried to resurrect the character. Now, if Chris Mack is still in the house, Chris Mack is the honorary mayor of Twitch. He, I know, is going to love this announcement.
All right. Ben, you want to take the lead?
And why don't you take the lead on
I
this,
hope
brother?
Chris is here.
Oh, sure. So we are going to adapt the original Saint novel, Meet the Tiger, into comic book formats. We're actually doing a little bit of an update for it. We're going to make it more of a set in the modern era take on the Saint Meets the Tiger, which is we went through and we read this. We read this as we're doing research for this, and it was such a fun book. So many kind of the Saint. Like I was never a big Saint fan, but I was reading the book for research, and it was just such a fun book to see. Like all the things that get drawn from the Saint. I'm actually planning to go back and read more of the original novels because apparently there's a nice editor's note in this one that he says he wish he could go back and edit it. But we're really excited. Alan has some extra special news for this one. I don't know if are you releasing that on this this show, Alan?
Oh, he said it in an email. He better.
Well, I wanted to give him an out. So.
All right, Ben, keep talking for a second because I'm going to go get it, and
Okay.
We'll review it here.
Yeah.
I see a TIE fighter in the background there.
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah.
know. All right, so-
There's the glorious B-wing, and then over here is the research material for the Saints. Some of the ideas about how the character should look and things like that. So we've been
That's what I was
working.
going to ask you. Is he going to look like Roger Moore? Is Simon going to look like Roger Moore?
I don't think we can make him look like Roger Moore. I think we might get in trouble.
Oh, look at that! Now, I will give. Oh, the signature's there. I was going to say I would give an Angry Geek sticker or something if anyone could tell me who that artist is.
I know.
But the signature was already shown. So,
I couldn't read it.
it was. That is.
That looks amazing.
Yes.
So we reached out at the end of Baltimore Comic-Con to Mike Grell to ask him if he'd be willing to do, because he's done some James Bond stuff in the past, and James Bond basically owes its existence to the Saint. And so we reached out and he did a cover for us. Had to sell a lot of plasma, Ben's plasma, not mine. That's his fault for being the younger brother. But yes, Mike Grell is going to do the main cover for the book. So that won't be a add-on. That won't be anything else. That'll be, you put down your $15, you get the Mike Grell cover.
That is just freaking amazing right there. And thank you so much for dropping that on our show. Now, the Kickstarter comes out in June?
In June, yeah. In June, it should be. Ben and I, just to be fully transparent, struggled a little bit with the script because it's such an amazing story, and Leslie Charteris is such an incredible writer that we're like, are we good enough to write this? Or I should say, are we good enough to adapt this? Plus, only Meet the Tiger is in the public domain, so we have to be very careful about the things that we do with it. And that is, so again, and that's always the thing that we have to worry about. Like when we're dealing with public domain characters, we have a retainer for a copyright and a trademark attorney to make sure that we're not violating any laws. Doesn't mean that we won't get sued. It just means that legally we are correct.
All right. Any other research that went into that? I know we have to stick to the guidelines of public domain, and we already established with the attorneys. But do we go back? Do we listen to the radio serial? Do we watch Roger Moore?
I've watched Roger Moore my whole life, so it would be silly not to. I went back and watched the black and white movie that was based on the book, because Leslie Charteris said he actually liked the movie better than the original book. I mean, it was his first Saint book, so I'm sure it's an incredible story. I definitely I think he was being immodest or too hard on himself, but he actually said he liked the movie. So we watched the movie, read the book, and then Ben and I spent 8 hours in a conference room one day, eating cold pizza and hashing out exactly what we can do and not do, because you can't. Even though it's going to be an oversized comic book, so it's going to be 44 pages.
Oof.
You can't 48 by the time you add the cover and everything. You can't fit the whole story in there. So there are parts of the storyline that probably we had to kind of cut out and so on.
Is it going to be a hardcover? I mean, I can't see this book not being a hardcover.
It's hard to do 44 pages and do that as a hardcover. But what we'll probably do is offer a foil cover or something like that, something that gives you a little more heft to it. So we'll have the main soft cover, and then we'll have a foil cover or something. We work with Comic Impressions out of Florida. They are wonderful, and I'll go to them and say, hey, this is what we have, this is what we want to do. They always have amazing ideas ahead of us.
All right, can you drop another bomb on us besides Mike? Who actually, Mike Grell, wanted to put me in jail during Rhode Island Comic Con. That's a long story. I have to send you the video clip.
I can't wait to see that.
He's like, Lewis, I'm going to put you back in jail or something. I'm not going to bail you out this time. I'll have to send you the clip. It's hilarious. Because they mentioned him as Judge Grell on Arrow. And I brought that up to him. So long story. So I'll see if he remembers that. Besides Mike, any other artists? Have you got your team put together? Can you drop a name? Can you let us know who else is working on that book?
So Dan Butcher is going to do the interiors, and Dan does the Vanguard comic, Vanguard UK. He's been doing that for years, and he did our Press Guardian and Clock 1942. So he does a really great job with those kind of pulp stuff. In fact, where's part of the reason we moved into the modern age is he was so sick of having us do comics set in the 20s and 30s and 40s that he wanted to do a modern age comic. So we were happy to do that. Plus, that meant that, so you mentioned the radio show. Part of it is throughout the comic and throughout the original story, the Saint very explicitly whistles. So we found the original music, the notes for that, so that he can put the notes of him whistling in there, and anybody who knows the original tune can see the notes. Since I haven't figured out how to do one of those like they have in the Hallmark cards where you open up to a certain page and and it makes a sound. Haven't figured out how to insert one of those in a comic, so you're just gonna have to use your imagination.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be kind of
fun. Interactive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Ben, what are you waiting for, dude? Do something. Go ahead.
Well, you want
I'm
me to
picturing
whistle?
a pop-up book.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can move it and stuff.
Yeah.
Pop-up book, yes. So, Ben, you said you were not a fan of the Saint. What's the Val Kilmer movie?
There was, but so like I missed the Saint. So like a lot of the stuff that Alan picks up because he's an old. He like he's like, yeah, I love Louis L'Amour westerns, and I'm like, okay, and just I was just like, yeah, those are great, and but those all passed me by. So like I've never read any of the original Saint books, and actually I'm avoiding reading them so that I don't do something like infringe on public getting outside the public domain. Maybe after we finish the comic, I'll go back and read some of the original Saint novels. Now I do go around collecting vintage paperbacks, so like I'll be happy to score a bunch of those on something. But I just never got into it. It wasn't my jam growing up. So this has been a whole new experience for me. It's been a delight to see where James Bond, and in some ways I feel like maybe I'd have to check the dates on this book, but like maybe a little bit of Batman. Like the Saint is very good at everything, so like it's like, oh yes, I am a trained criminologist and a gentleman adventurer, and I can pilot a boat and fly a plane and all this stuff, and just like
multi-talented.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Okay, I gotcha.
So Ben is not wrong. I grew up in a house with no cable. Ben had cable basically from the time he was 5. So I had 15 years of no cable before he came around, and that is how I got to watch the Saints, because on our local UHF channel at like 10 o'clock on Friday night or Saturday night, they would play Saint reruns. He had a whole world to go find Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and other things, on whatever channel he wanted. So there really is, even within our family, there is a difference between what I experienced growing up and what he experienced.
Yeah, well, and then Alan comes out and he's like, yeah, you know how I'm a huge fan of Johnny Dollar? I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, Johnny Dollar, the radio show. What? I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. Your AARP membership is in the mail.
Oh, come on now. See, now that's kind of unfair, because I discovered, we talked about this the last time you guys were on. I discovered Johnny Dollar because of Spotify and Sirius, Sirius XM. That's how I discovered Johnny Dollar, and I fell in love with it. He's based out of Hartford, Connecticut, for crying out loud. So I got to be with Alan on this one. So, yeah, hey, we got to pay another bill. When we come back, we're going to talk about, I want to talk about Buck Rogers, man. We got to get you guys some love for Buck Rogers. But we got to pay a bill, and we'll be right back.
It's the question of the week. Let's dive right in. Riddles and laughter. Where do we begin? Silly little queries, they never grow old. In this game of wits, our stories unfold. Why did the chicken cross? Oh, who knows why? Knock, knock, jokes that make us all sigh.
Hey, it's time for Question of the Week. It's brought to us by Alternate Universe LLC. That's right, Milford and New Haven. I wonder if they got Green Archer comics on their shelf. They probably do, because Eric got any comic you want on his shelf. New, old, golden age, silver age, modern. He's got them. Sophia knows, because she gets comics from Eric.
Hi, Jar Jar.
Yeah. Hey, my brother's in the house. Hey, we can't play your theme song yet. You gotta wait. So anyway, yes, I know. Keith Russell, Jacob Marley himself, but yes, he remembers Roger Moore. So Eric will get you there. If you don't have LCS in your neighborhood, just contact Eric through Instagram, Facebook. He is an admin of the Angry Geek Show Facebook page, and he'll get you those comics flat like Stan Lee did back in the day. Alan knows all about that. Ben doesn't, but Alan does. All right, so question number 1. First, Alan, then Ben, then Sophia, then Chat, then myself. Question number 1. Who would be the worst casting choice for Wonder Woman? Who would be the worst casting choice for Wonder Woman?
These questions should be positive and say who's the best.
No. No, but it's funny if we do the worst.
No, but I don't like when I don't like being negative.
Alan, who is
Andre
the
the Giant.
I mean,
that's a good answer, actually.
Perfect answer. 10 points.
Thank
10
you.
points. 10 points. Ben.
Oh, I'm gonna go with Fran Drescher.
Oh my God, that voice. Oh my God.
Because the look is almost right?
Yes.
And then the voice.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah, the nanny herself. Oh my
Yeah.
God, yes. In the costume, she would be perfect, but yeah. She just like nag. The voice would just like nag the villains. They're like, yeah, I'll keep the lasso down. I'll just give up. Yes. Oh my God. I'm gonna give 10 points. 10 points. Yes. 10. Oh my God. Yeah, we get 10 points. 10 points to Ben as well. Oh my God. Little one.
Eeyore.
Oh, no points for you because you're not a guest. Oh my God. What does chat say? Chat, we're up to 74.
All right, we got chat. Okay, hold on. So Jeremy says I have the power.
Oh, yes. Oh, we'll
Flat
play it.
Stanley hype. That's what I'm thinking. Flat Stanley.
Flat
Jar Jar.
Stanley. All
I
right, there you go.
have the power.
There you go, brother.
Askinator says
Red Flintstone. Okay.
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 Keith, Kathy Lee Crosby.
Oh, she was a horrible choice. Oh my, what are you talking about? She was a horrible choice.
Charo.
Coochie, coochie, coochie.
Katie Sagal?
Oh, no.
Katie Seagal.
Seagal.
Oh, Seagal, my bad.
Oh, my Gemma herself. I think. I don't. Oh man, she's too much of a badass too. Depending, I mean, a lot of people have. I don't know. You see her in that movie where she was a country star, blowing those two other country stars away. Then Gemma as Gemma from Sons of Anarchy. Yeah.
Although Gal Gadot accepted the role for the movies, she herself said she didn't fit the role.
Well,
I
she
think
did.
She did.
Yeah,
She did
was,
too, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say Roseanne Barr. Look at the little one's face. She smiled. Look, big old smile. Yeah, I'm gonna say Roseanne Barr. I mean, she would be. Okay. Question number 2. Ben, you can go first this time.
Oh, good.
All right. What is a good time, bad time?
What?
What is a good, bad time? What is a good, bad time?
Ooh,
Cat butt.
I'd go with malfunctioning amusement park ride that you survive.
Oh, okay.
Okay, wait, elaborate.
Okay, so I am terrified of heights, right? So absolutely terrified of heights. Okay. And my wife and I are at Disney World. We're at Epcot. We're on soaring around the world, right? And we're up and we're going through. It's fine, whatever. I've done this a dozen times. This is great. And then the show stops, and we don't go back down. We are suspended in air in the blank screen because the ride has malfunctioned. And we're there for about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm mostly okay. But then all of a sudden there's a flash and a pop. And then the ride lowers back down normally as they get it running again. And I'm like, that is a fantastic story to tell, but I would not intentionally do that again.
Okay. All right. Allan, what is a good, bad time?
Not nearly as adventurous as Ben. So for me, Guy Fieri's trash can nachos.
Oh, good going in, bad coming out.
Yeah, exactly. Good time while you're enjoying it with friends and so on, but oh man, it messes with your inside. So.
Oh.
Little one.
That's because you're weak.
There, 100%.
Little one, what is a good, bad time?
The first thing that came to mind is getting a speeding ticket because you're having fun going fast, but then you have gotten in trouble.
Okay, chat.
Chat is crickets.
Chat is crickets. Wow. Nobody wants to get in trouble.
Oh, someone's purring.
Oh, you
Yes.
can hear her?
I'm going to say, what is a good, bad time? I'm going to say, well, is Mom watching? Sophia, is Mom watching?
I think she's at work.
Okay,
Dengrave. Oh, Dengrave. That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
what do you say?
Ice cream because I'm lactose intolerant. Great
See,
answer.
Dengrave heard the Wolfpack. He's part of the Wolfpack. He heard the Wolfpack call.
Yes, we hear her very well. Or really well.
Okay.
Clapping during a church sermon.
Ooh.
I don't see that being a good time at all. What? Oh, that's a horrible.
Oh, that's
Well, I mean, the sermon could be really good.
Oh, yeah,
It could
you're
be
right.
a
You're
really
right.
good sermon, and
That's
you
true.
don't want to leave, and so you crash,
That's true.
I guess.
I mean, I was going to say, I was close to that. I was going to say leaving an SBD in the aisle and blaming it on someone else.
Oh, crop dusting? Got you.
Yeah, but no, it's a true story. That's why I was asking if Mom, because I don't want Mom to get the bad idea of me. True story. I was dating this girl, and we had to go pick up her grandmother at the old folks' home, and her grandma was in a wheelchair. Now, this is, mind you, this is a true story. We took the grandmother out. We went to like a buffet at the time when they had the buffet, and I had whatever I ate at the buffet. It messed with my inner bad. Oh, and I had to let one go. I walked next to the grandmother, and I let one go.
Oh,
And then,
Louise.
I walked away. Now, the girl I was dating walked over to the grandmother, stopped dead, started yelling at Grandma, did you go in your pants? Did you? Blah, 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 blah. I was giggling like the Joker.
Wow, Louis.
That was a bad good time. All right. We got a couple minutes left. I want to talk about Buck Rogers. You guys also have a book of Buck Rogers out.
We do.
Yes.
I want to get that
Full
book.
screen.
Yes.
All right. I'll send you a copy, no problem.
Awesome. But I want to get that book sold. I want to get some of the books sold because when you guys are at a con and you're talking about that book, people are talking about Gil Gerard and Aaron Gray. But let's get that book going. Where can people get that book? And let's talk about the adventure that book is all about.
Yeah. So Ben, you want to talk about the story behind the writing of that one?
Yeah, so Allan emails me and is like, "Hey, we're doing a Buck Rogers comic. Get excited!" And he,
And Ben said, "Who?"
I'm like, "Oh, you mean like the TV show, right? I love Buck Rogers." And Allan's like, "No," and so we start doing our little research gig, which means I have an excuse to go buy a book, which I always love. Like if I have an excuse to buy a book, I am just the happiest person you've ever met because hey, this is for work, right? So so we start looking at the original the original Buck Rogers series, Armageddon 2419 and the Airlords of Han. And we start reading through it and Allan starts working on the script for the first part, which is the part that we mostly worked on together, which is Buck Rogers getting frozen in time, and we of course give a little nod to our ancestry in Western Pennsylvania with our version of Buck Rogers, and so we put that script together for that first part. And were you doing that for a submission to something, Allan? I forget.
So
if that
originally it was intended to be for an anthology.
Okay.
But the anthology didn't, even though that. So the two original short stories are in the public domain. And so even though they're in the public domain, the anthology didn't want to touch it. And like, well, great, we'll just make our own comic. And so we reached out to Chris Fields from Otherverse Games, and he wrote the rest of the story. So we got a nice 40-page story kind of encapsulating the first two. Now, as you can imagine, from a story written in the 1920s, there's a lot of racism in the two short stories. So we removed that part of the story. But I mean, there were also some really cool things. Like it had unmanned drones, and it had video conferencing, and it had all these things that were
replicators.
What's that?
Replicators. Remember they have that thing that can make like anything, like Star Trek and stuff like that.
Right. So like all these things that were so far away from existing, it had it in the story. So the sci-fi part was really interesting. The racism part was bad. So we removed that and then told the story. And the Kickstarter was hugely successful. But as you said, when we go to cons, people want to reminisce, but they don't necessarily want to buy it. It doesn't have the same level of fandom that Johnny Dollar does, which is I find really interesting.
Yeah, and a lot of people like if you are a Flash Gordon person, you are not a Buck Rogers person. And if you are a Buck Rogers person, you are not a Flash Gordon person. Like there are people who have like lines in the sand about those two. So
it's like Star Trek and Star Wars. I've seen it. It's bizarre.
Yeah, I know, and I'm like, they're both good in their own way, guys. It's okay. Like you can enjoy some Buck Rogers here. So, but yeah, so we did that, and then Chris did a great job making it feel like a radio serial. Like he did such a great job with that, and it was a lot of fun to work on. It's like I still like love having there's actually I think I've done like friend copies of all my copies of Buck Rogers, so I don't have one handy to fondle on camera, but the but yeah, it's always a lot of fun, and like the couple of people I've given like creator copies to, they've all really enjoyed the book. So
all right, so listeners, viewers, go to Green Archer. The guys are going to tell you where to go to the website in a second, because they're going to tell you all about where to go to get all these books. But as a personal favor, go buy Buck Rogers. Read this book, okay? You got to get that. I want you to get the Conjure-Man. I want you to go support that Kickstarter and get ready for June, because we're going to have them back all about the same. We're going to have them. Guys, we're going to look at the calendar. How about we get you back on the week before or the day of the Kickstarter launch? We're going to get you on there.
So we launch on Mondays, and that would be perfect. So
we'll get you on.
We could live stream as we hit our goal on your show.
Because everyone's going to back it, right?
Yes. How about that, little one? Yes?
That'd be cool.
All right.
That would be amazing.
All right. Email me the date that we're going to get that, and we'll get it all set. We'll lock it in immediately, and we'll have that done. So, Ben or Alan, rock, paper, scissors right now. Who's going to say where to go to find and buy your books?
On 3 or 3 then go, Alan?
On 3.
On
Look
3.
at each other. Look at each other.
1, 2, 3. All right, you got me.
All right.
Go ahead, brother.
No, I got to do it.
Oh yeah, you lost. You have to tell people. Like that's how this arrangement works.
So our website, www.greenarcher.io, and just click on the store page, and Buck Rogers is one of the links off to the left, and you can absolutely pick it up there. So
Thank you, Mangoat. There's the website.
And also, if you are backing the Conjure-Man Dies, Buck Rogers is an add-on. So you can back the Conjure-Man Dies, add it on, save on shipping.
There you go.
Aspinator said, posted. Why did Buck Rogers refuse to fight aliens before coffee? Because even in the 25th century, he's not a morning space ranger. Very nice, very nice.
So the I think that is correct. That is exactly why.
Wow.
I like it.
Dawn, please tell everyone where they can find you and us.
Okay, you can find me, Sophia Cormier, on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Blue Sky, Cameo, Patreon, Reddit, Pinterest, and you can find the Angry Geeks on the same platforms and the AngryGeekShow.com.
And you can find
Jessica! Hi,
hey,
Jessica.
baby. Jessica's married now, so I feel funny doing this, but I got to do it really quick.
Hello, baby.
You can still do that. That's fine.
I know. Anyway, you can. you can see us every Friday night, Saturday morning on Pod TV. Saturday mornings, just like you did back in the day when you're sitting down. Alan knows all about this. Sitting down, watching cereal, watching cartoons, eating cereal. You see in this face on your television as you're eating cereal, and bacon or whatever, and you get to watch us with the video games and the comic books and everything. Look at that face. That face right there. That face. Anyway, I'm Lewis. This Thursday,
Hi, Evan.
rock and roll legend, Joe Perry Project, Thunderstrike, the one, the only Cowboy Mock Bell is going to be here to talk about what it's like being a legendary rock star. He's going to be hanging out with Sophia and I. Hey, start the raid mods. We got to start the raids. And
Yes, Mango, please raid out.
yes, I want to thank Alan and Ben once again. We're not waiting 2 years. We're going to wait a couple months, about 2 months.
We will
them to come back.
June, absolutely.
Yes. Hang out. We're going to be back. And we'll see you guys on Thursday night with Cowboy Mock Bell. Hang out, guys.
Savior. The Angry Geeks about to stream online.
Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me.
One hot angel and one cool devil. Bring your podcast to a whole new level. They stop and stare as we display our greatness. All our enemies and foes will be sure to hate this. When they ask who's
The little one had a look on her.
Feel the madness. Feel the madness. Feel the madness. Everybody lose control. Feel the madness.